Okay, all right, we can see everyone.
Oh,
very good. Well done. Well done.
Okay. So here we are, and we have a microphone.
Yeah.
Thanks to Ben. So do you guys have any questions before we pass around the mic, or do you want to just see what comes up?
I'd like to see what comes out. But what about
okay. All right. So who would like to start? What, sorry?
Make it so they're bigger.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I'll make it bigger. Who would like to start?
Yeah, you just start one after.
Are we all saying something? Yeah.
We've just been thrown into this from nowhere. Don't we just talk about what you learned?
Emily asked you whether or not you were always passionate about passion.
Do you want to go, Jackie?
Always passionate about
passion.
Passion. Oh.
Is that working?
Yeah, it's kind of a way of being. Part of my ontology. There's no moderation. I'm always in fifth gear. So if it's important to me, I'm doing it full tilt.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's a good way to be.
Yeah, I know mine was the same. Oh gosh, when I was 23. The energy that I felt for education and teaching just hasn't left me. So the fact that I can participate in this kind of conversation, I just hope you feel the kind of pleasure which is still being expressed. So yeah, I think I've always had that passion.
Yeah, well, for sure, that's good. I've been trying to find my own passion through this semester a bit, because I'm a fairly lazy person. So I figured that if I could find my passion, I would actually have like the drive to get things done. So I started by doing a couple proprioceptive rites. Yeah. Just to see like what was going through my mind. And I looked back at them and saw that they were both they both focused on people a lot. Like other people's opinions and like how I want to end up working with other people and like the effect that people have had on me and the effect I've had on other people. Okay.
That's a very important learning, really important.
Yeah. And then even like my topic of passion ended up like going to other people. Like I started asking other people what they were passionate about. And I didn't actually stick this in my folder yet, but there were some pretty interesting findings. Like I thought about it and I figured that most people's passions would be related to people. Like even I thought anyways that even success and money ultimately were because of other people. Like what's the point of being successful if you can't impress other people? And what's the point of having money if you don't have other people to spend it on? But then after I asked people what their passions were, there was a few that I had a hard time linking to other people.
Can you just give one or two just examples of where you were feeling that, it was a hard time? Because I like very much, as Jackie did, that thing about influence. How are you influenced by others, and what influence do you have on others? Because we're still working with that now. We're still trying to understand, the nature of our influence. So when you had some problems, how would you describe those difficulties?
With my thought process?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I pride myself in my ability to analyze people most of the time. But so it was weird to get something as big as that wrong.
Yeah.
But then I guess I just adapted my thinking and realized that since people are individuals, their passions will be individual too.
Yeah, but I don't know if Jackie thinks this, but I think it would be really important for you just to try and show just a little bit about how people have influenced you, and also if you can just put into your folder with the documentation of how you might have influenced others.
Yeah.
Really important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that.
When you say that you think you can read other people, do you have any evidence for that?
You can.
Ben thinks I can.
Certainly your friends could give you that kind of information, but do you?
Sorry?
Do you have evidence where you've been able to comprehend and understand other people's motivations?
Not any recorded evidence, as far as I know. And it's not like it's not
to consider.
Something to think about.
Yeah. No, something to look into for sure.
Great.
Just so you guys know, when you're using the mic, I think it's just really enhancing the recording, right, Ben? It's not really amplifying their voice here, so you still have to project your voice over to the computer.
No, it'll be coming through this though.
Like it is?
Yeah.
Can Jack and Jackie hear him louder though?
Yeah.
They can? Yeah, okay.
I'm going to hand off the mic now.
Okay, thanks for that.
So this semester, I learned that I have a fear of being judged and a fear of disappointing people. And then I also learned that I value trust and laughter.
Okay.
Well, disappointing others is a big one. I think we all feel like that. We want to be the best person that we can be so that we can be loved and love others. So that's an important learning.
But also that fear of being judged.
Mm-hmm.
If you could put in your folder something about that, because even when people are 50 or 60, I'm still getting that fear of being judged coming through the action research accounts. And it's something to do with a feeling of vulnerability and something to do with a lack of confidence in one's own judgments about oneself. So I do think that's very, very important to highlight. Really important. So, do please write about that. Great.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. That's good.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Carter.
Great, Carter.
I got a haircut since last time. This semester sort of worked on two things. One was the like validating sort of like the videos and stuff, and like or not just the videos, but as in like validating like what you actually believe, and working with like fear and like how fear affects different people.
Yeah.
And so I sort of combined them two by like validating your fears type of thing. So like if you're afraid of something, and maybe you haven't like seen it or like experienced it in a long time, maybe you should like go back and see if you're actually afraid, like if your fear is like merited. And so I kind of like did this a week ago, and I went to an amusement park, and because I had a fear of roller coasters, so I went on them, and I ended up still being afraid of roller coasters, but it was sort of an experience.
You may never get over that. I hate to tell you this.
Yeah.
We're
Hello. Hello?
They're still there.
Oh, yeah, we're still there. I think it'll come back again. One of the books that really influenced me very early on was about fear. If you get the chance to get this book by a psychologist called Erich Fromm, F-R-O-M-M, and it's called The Fear of Freedom. And it was one of the most influential books in my life. And I think those of you that are feeling fear in relation to some aspects of your life, I think that book by Erich Fromm will be very powerful for you.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm James.
Hi, James.
This semester I wrote a bunch of stuff and read a couple books, and I discovered that I also have this fear of being judged, and that I really feel like I need to be recognized by like awards and stuff for sports.
Yeah.
And I also wrote that I really like nature, and then so Miss Campbell asked me to try to connect the two, and I discovered that I think I really like nature because it's just you and like the world, and not anyone there to feel like you need to prove yourself to them.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that in the video. That's a great learning for you. I think that probably that connection helps you deal with some of your fears too.
Yeah.
Right now we have no video stream. I don't. You, Jack?
No, I've got you, Jackie, but all I've got is just Liz's icon.
So are you seeing us, Liz?
Boom!
Oh, there you are. No, Liz has come through again.
Oh,
That's good.
you're back.
Excellent, excellent. Yes, I think it would be lovely if you would just, again, write a little bit. And sometimes a poetic response is good in terms of the nature and your being in nature. Because it's often there you get some of the values that really matter to you, especially when you think about the fear again of being judged, or you're picking up a negative image that you really don't believe in, and yet it affects you by others. Whereas when you're in nature, as you're saying, you can just feel at one with yourself and understand what it is you value. So I think those tensions, again, are very, very important to write about, to talk about. And sometimes, as I say, a poetic response is quite appropriate.
Right. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Zach. Not too close. My name is. My name's Zach.
Can we just move that? Yeah, good.
That's
thanks.
it. Thanks.
How
Yeah,
are you
that's
guys
good.
doing?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
All right. I've been kind of doing some rights, like proprioceptive rights, over this semester, and just keeping them at home. And I've kind of been, looking at my values, I guess. And I found that 3 main ones are humor, love, and happiness.
Right.
And I've kind of
lovely.
sorry, what?
That's
I didn't hear what you
great.
said.
Those are great ones.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, I've kind of just been writing about those and, seeing what they really mean to me and how they kind of influence my life and, the decisions I make and stuff like that. And that's pretty much all I've been doing.
No, really, that is superb.
Super. It's not just all what you've been doing. That's great work.
It is.
Right on. Thank you.
Have you been sharing that, Zach, with other people?
Pardon?
Have you shared your writings with other people?
No, not really. Just, I probably handed in 2 to Miss Campbell, but that's about it.
Okay.
Shared in your video groups, your validation.
Oh, yeah, and my video group things, I guess
Yes,
I've kind
you
of
did
shared
before, yeah.
those, but not any of the rights I've done or anything.
Right, because I think those can be really important to share and to see what sense other people make of the writings. This goes for everybody. Yeah, I think you'll learn a lot from each other by sharing those writings. Okay, thanks, Zach.
No, thank you, Mr. Jack.
The other thing is, and just before we move on, I think when people talk about their fears and fears of being judged, what I found in my work is that as people get more understanding of their own value, what matters to them, and how they make decisions based on those values, their confidence increases. They become more sure of themselves.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, hi,
Hi.
I'm Sophie. So at the beginning of the semester, Miss Campbell gave us a bunch of questions, and then one of them was, who am I? And so that kind of stuck with me all semester. So I read a couple books and all these articles, and I was trying to find out who I am. And the whole semester I had no idea, so I felt I was just wasting time. And then a couple weeks ago, I recorded myself in this video, and then I finally found out who I think I am at this point in time. So even though I thought I was wasting time, I actually did something. So yeah.
Jackie?
That's great learning, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you would share that video, because it was the same with me when I first started using video in my classrooms, and it was only then that I saw myself in action. I was doing things that I really didn't know that I was doing. And I like your question, who am I? And then, with your video, you can build up what we call a video narrative, a visual narrative, including the video, and your accounts, and share it with people to see if they recognize the person that you see yourself to be. I think that would be a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Alright, thank you.
Hello, my name's Luke, and this semester I looked at like the who am I questions and everything. So I did lots of meditation, appropriate set of rights, just talked and validated with friends and people that I kind of mutual friends in the classroom. So I came out my values were honesty, freedom, and then I'm not sure the third one, maybe like laughter or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that I've learned a lot, but the one thing I wanted to know is I have a problem with. Like, I have no problem validating or talking with friends or people I kind of know, but to validate with people I don't know, I kind of always think that they don't care enough or won't understand. So I'm not sure if that's it would probably be valuable to get their input, like a third party sort of, but I don't know how to do that. Because I don't want to seem all braggy and like, oh, it's all about me. Like,
yeah.
And maybe it's modesty, I'm not sure, but...
Shall I go, Jackie, or do you want to start?
Sure.
Yeah, what I would do is set up what we call a validation group, and that is sometimes with people you don't know. So in the school, for example, you could have a few people that you don't know well, but you would have one or two from the group that you're with now, for example, who would actually join you in sharing your story. And what you could do with the people that you don't know well is to ask them the questions about whether any claims you are making in your writings that the people that you don't know well feel there is sufficient evidence for them to be clear that your claims stand up. Now, that can be a way of involving people that you don't know well, but who could help you to check the validity of the story that you've written.
Okay.
It's very powerful. I know Jackie's done that, and I've done that, and we keep doing it, just to check with people that we don't know well, but we believe could help us to strengthen our accounts.
Exactly.
You have to only do it where you're comfortable. I mean, you don't want to put yourselves too far out there where you feel too vulnerable. I mean, you talked in your videos about vulnerability, but, I wouldn't go looking for the person that hated me for this process,
Yeah. Okay.
So find people that you think might be kind and also give you honest feedback.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello, my name is Zeke.
Hi, Zeke.
And so this semester I kind of learned a lot of values, but the biggest value for me, or not the biggest, but the one that I kind of stuck with the most and reflected on the most was being appreciative. And that kind of with that came that there's like... No!
Oh, cool.
Good. So to be appreciative, I found that we as people always want more things, and I found out that we have a lot of resources at our disposal, and to use those resources you can get pretty far. And I find the biggest resource that I appreciated the most was reflecting on what you know and the things that you have at your own disposal.
Yeah.
And I find that really helped me to get ahead in a lot of things, like in school and just different ambitions I had. So to reflect on them and kind of learn from them. So to use that as a big resource that I know a lot of people neglect.
No, that's excellent.
Yeah, getting to know yourself is very important in this process of maturing and contributing to the world.
I don't know if you feel this, Jackie, but one thing I learned from one of my PhD students, she was called Pat Darcy, and I used to give her what she called my yes but response. And what Pat complained about was I did not show sufficient engagement or appreciation of what she had actually accomplished, that I immediately went into a critical mode. And what I learned from Pat was what I think you've been focusing on, which is appreciation, to actually appreciate the other and what it is that they've actually accomplished. And I like that very much. So I would really focus in on that and perhaps develop that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Ben.
Hi, Ben.
So yeah, throughout this semester, I've been focusing on more of the, because I've been focusing more on the how do I know part of the thing, part of the 4 questions. Because I don't know how to describe this. The way I go about discovering things about who I am is more like taking all the stuff that I think I already know about me and see how it relates to things I find out about myself, and then kind of mix and match of new things I find out about myself with the old things I know about myself. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Absolutely.
Yeah.
okay. So mostly I look on my action research from a how do I know perspective. So what I found out was a lot of. No, I'm having trouble organizing my thoughts here.
No.
One of the big things about me that's kind of negative is I have a poor work ethic, and what I was trying to do this semester a lot was figure out why, kind of thing, and I kind of. And with the validation video, then I kind of figured out that it was because of motivation, and because of like comfort zone and all the stuff that we kind of talked about. And also lately, all the things that I've been doing for action research are kind of trying to relate it to that motivation kind of theme. So I tried doing a project with a friend of mine, and it utterly failed. And I realized because.
Can we please have Luke Cody to the office now?
Bye, Luke. Yeah, and I figured out that the reason it failed was because that there was a big lack of motivation, and so that also helped me kind of validate things I already thought I knew about myself, yet also taught me new things. So that's kind of been the process for me this semester.
Yeah, and are you sharing that with other people? Because that story of question, how do I know myself? What do I know about myself? It really is a fundamental question which can be continuously asked through life. And I'm just wondering, are you putting these stories on the web for other people to read and to share or not? Because that question is really important.
Yeah, well, yes and no, kind of. Okay. The rights I don't put on the internet just because, I don't know, I find videos are just a lot kind of easier just to put out there.
Yeah.
But rights just kind of like you have to like make a blog or something or whatever.
Okay.
But I share my stuff as much as I can.
Good.
At least I try to make sure that there's some interest behind it. Like I want people to like want to read what I have.
Yeah.
I don't want just people to force people to do it.
No.
But I do as much as I can.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
Good work.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. For my large action research project, I was gonna make a timeline, but then I started doing this creative nonfiction for Writer's Craft, and I did an article on thin people. Oh my.
Okay. What is that? Gosh.
What is that?
I don't know that. Yes.
Sorry. That's some renovation work going on around here.
Right.
What was I? So for Writer's Craft, we had to do this creative nonfiction piece, and I wrote about like how I feel society is starting to discriminate against thin people, because in fashion magazines and stuff, you always read about how that they discriminate against obese people, but you never have an article about a thin person. And so I decided to write about that because I am thin, and it's something that's important to me because I've been discriminated against a lot because I'm thin. Yeah. Like a lot of people try to tell me I'm anorexic or bulimic and stuff, and so sort of like Ben, like the motivation thing, yeah. I found I was more motivated to write something like that, and I did a better job on it because it's something that I cared about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we always say. Write about what you care about. Otherwise, you won't be interested in doing it. You'll give up because it has no interest for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that point about discrimination, it's so important. Again, to share that story about that discrimination that you feel that you've been subjected to. Mm-hmm. And, to actually share that with us. But thanks for that.
I'm sure there are many others that would love to read that story who feel very similar.
Yeah.
Oh. Thank you. Hi, I'm Karen.
Hi, Karen.
This semester I've done quite a few different things, but one of the main things I really focused on was love and just kind of the question, what is love? So I first started reading a few books and just try to figure out what it was exactly. But then I came across this organization called To Write Love on Her Arms. I'm not sure if Ms. Campbell's mentioned anything about that to you. Yep.
Not yet.
Okay.
We saw videos. We saw the videos. They're lovely.
Yeah. Okay. So I started working on their street team, and I was just kind of doing small projects there to raise awareness about the organization, as well as doing things to help out different victims of depression and drug addictions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we also had the Love Cafe, which showed different students' projects and stuff, and we did raise a bit of money for the organization, as well as a lot of awareness about stuff that was going on. So I don't think I've really had a huge eureka moment regarding myself with this research yet, but I think I have come to a conclusion that it is possible to love people you don't really know. Like, there's the love for your family and your friends and your significant other, but I think it is possible to have some kind of love for people you don't really know, and you care for them and you want to help them and you want to save them. So that's kind of what this organization does.
Yeah.
Wow, I think you've learned a lot about yourself. I think if you think about what you just said, whoa, you have taken that whole concept of love to loving people you don't know. That's part of the work we do, is trying to make a better world, trying to help others so they can do great work so that we make a better world for all of us. And you're already there.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
This semester I've been working on researching meditation, and I have like a really small blog on it's a Tumblr account. Have you ever heard of Tumblr?
No, I know blogging, but not.
Oh, it's like an easy way to make a blog,
Yeah.
and so it's pretty handy. And I led a couple of meditations in class, which was cool, and some people really liked it, and so I think that kind of opened up like a new. Not a new world, like not that big, but like I think people liked it, and so it was like a new chance for them to like learn something new about themselves and about something they want to do more often.
A new way of knowing.
Oh yeah.
Well, and you've also developed your leadership skills as well as your knowledge about meditation, and it's given you new ideas and new pathways. So that's all positive.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, as well, you see a lot of people, also, especially young people now, using these social media to assist communication. And if you've actually shown on your blog that you're establishing communication with others over time, again, that could be a really important thing to share for other people, to see how this social media can be developed. So that's really good to hear that. Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Becky.
Hi.
Oops. So the last time that we had a Skype call, I revealed my vulnerability, and you told me that I should record it and watch how I say it.
Yeah.
So me and Sabria put together a video of the entire class revealing their vulnerabilities. I don't know if you saw it on YouTube or not.
No, yeah.
So
yes, it's quite amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I've been doing the past month. So.
Excellent. Yeah.
And Hi, I'm Megan.
Hi, Megan.
I've been doing proprioceptive rights in this class, and it's kind of helped to find out what my values are as well as my vulnerabilities. So, like, family and friends are definitely like a big value of mine, and happiness and love. And I think body image is not so much my own, but just, I don't know how to describe this. I feel really bad when people have issues with their body. So I don't know how to describe that, but it's a big value of mine, I guess. And then I've also kind of discovered my vulnerabilities. So like a fear of being judged would be a big one, because I think everybody kind of has that. and being alone. And I'm not sure why being alone is one exactly. I haven't quite delved into that yet, but I don't know. I think I'll keep thinking about it. Yeah.
Well, you've made very considerable progress in that area. I think your value about the concern that others have for how they're feeling about their body image is probably generally a concern about others, and that's a great value, valuing others.
Yeah, can I ask, how are you all using that word proprioception? Could you just tell me a little bit about how you're using that word? What meaning are you giving to it?
Well, we've been doing the rights, like we did a couple in class, and then I've done some at home. So just writing without having any prior thoughts to what you're going to write about, it just comes out. And a lot of the time I was writing about others and that kind of thing. Okay, it's just that in the UK we sometimes use that word to mean it's the movement of the body in space, proprioception. So I was just curious because you were interested in body image. The way in which people judge each other. So yeah, no, thanks for that. I just wanted to be clear, how you were using it. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Bratton, and this semester I've also been doing proprioceptive rights because I like writing and it's important to me. So I've sort of been using those rights to answer 2 of the 4 questions, which is who am I and how do I know? So I learned a lot about my values, and some of them are like human relationships, happiness, vulnerability, and sadness. And something I learned, like one of my vulnerabilities kind of is like getting close to people, I guess. I kind of didn't like doing that. So I started getting out of my comfort zone a little more, and like people I cared about, I would tell them I cared about them and that I loved them and stuff. So started doing that. And yeah, it's been good.
Oh, please, that's really good.
That's a great learning, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah, it is.
Certainly one of the ones that I've learned along the way, that if I keep myself too private and I don't let people know me, then I can't really build deep relationships. And that was a significant learning in my life. So, wow.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I guess I sort of thought that if I got close to people and, like, I kind of told them, like, I needed them or that they were important to me, it kind of made me seem, like, weak in a way, because it's, like, you need them for something, and, like, I don't know. But I kind of learned that that's not exactly the case. Yeah. So I sort of, and then telling people, like, that I cared about them, I sort of got, like, the same thing in return, and, like, it made me feel happy and stuff, so it's good.
Excellent. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Faith.
Hi, Faith.
This semester I focused on what I like, and music takes a big part in my life. So I co-op with a music teacher, and he's taken me out of my comfort zone. I've arranged a piece for him for all of his students. He has 200 students, and I recorded that, and it's going to be on YouTube soon. I also have my own jazz group, and we're playing today, and I'm really nervous. But I found out that I don't love music as much as I thought I did, which is really depressing and sad. Because I've been interested in music since I was in grade 7. I've taken almost all music courses here at SCSS. I don't know if I wasted my time, but I guess I found out I wasn't a musician.
Oh no, but that's really vital. It is. No, seriously, of everybody there, to have actually realised something about yourself that you've tried, and you're feeling, well, look, this now is not for me, but I've tried it, I've understood. No, that's vital, actually learning. That's excellent. Yeah. Might not feel it to you at the moment, but it really is.
Well, the other thing is, too, that, you don't want to make a hasty decision. So maybe it's still something you want to do, but there are other things that you want to do as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Brianne.
Hi, Brianne.
Hi, Brianne.
This semester, my action project has been kind of about self-discovery and just analyzing who I am. So I've been putting together a book and doing proprioceptive rights and journaling and putting in some photos, just little activities to kind of compile and analyze. And just right now, I'm actually just starting to put that all together and draw my conclusions from that. And I want to make a video to kind of summarize everything up, because I think that that's a good way of analyzing it and seeing kind of how I react to it as I go through it. One of the biggest things, I guess, that I'm finding with it is I had about 4 people do just a page about their perception of me, their honest perception of me, and I found that all 4 of them are basically the same, which I thought was kind of strange, because I feel like I'm kind of an introverted person, but when I read those, I felt like maybe I was more open without even realizing it than I thought I was, I guess. But I thought that was kind of cool, so now I'm just going through and kind of analyzing my values towards that and my own views of myself and how those compare with views of others and how those might influence me. So, yeah.
I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but there's a wonderful program called iBook, and it's a Mac program. And you can take all that you've written and drop it right into a format and have a book. So I should talk to Mrs. Campbell about this, because I think that might be really important to you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sabria, and for the last couple of months I've been working with Becky on the What's Your Vulnerability video, and I've learned that vulnerability is core when it comes to everything. Vulnerability is really important because we needed to feel emotions. And as I got deeper into the topic with Ms. Campbell, I realized that my vulnerability is not big enough. Also, at first, I didn't know whether I had reached the goal Ms. Campbell was aiming for, but after listening to me spill out my guts, she came to the conclusion that I was already there. I was shocked, and after everything I've experienced, I'm determined to just be myself while ignoring society and not wear a mask just to fit in.
Whoa! You won't speak very quickly, but that was powerful stuff.
Yeah, again, if you'll do what Jackie was suggesting with this iBook on the Mac, I think so many of you would be able to produce what we call the visual narratives. And wonderful as stories, who am I? How do I know? And to actually share that. But do have a look at that iBook program that Jackie was talking about, because you're very powerful, everybody, in the way you're describing what you're doing. So,
thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
I've been doing proprioceptive rights too, and I've been talking with Ms. Campbell to discover what my values are. And I discovered that my number one value is my family. And I think deep down I've always known that. Like, I love my family to pieces, and I don't know what I would do without them, so and along the way I discovered that, like, you have to be thankful for what we have. Like, being in Canada, we have so much to offer, and I just don't think that people realize it.
Yeah. Do you know, that's the first person, you're the first person to bring in what we call the cultural context. Like this idea of being a Canadian or being in Canada. And you're linking to what Jackie and myself call the social formation. So I think that's the first time, that anybody's mentioned the importance of that kind of identity, that kind of recognition. So I do hope you will develop that. That's very good.
The recent research that's just being released is that Canada is the best country in the world for a woman.
Yes.
Are not, including the UK, I'd like to point out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but to get hold of that research that Jackie's talking about and integrate it within your story, I think that would be really good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Hi, Emily.
So this semester I've just been trying to figure out, like, the question, who I am. But I've figured out that I don't know yet who I am. So I've just been, like, writing down, like, my dreams and my future goals, and I'm going to put together, like, a dream board, because, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you talked about that in the video. I think that sounds fascinating.
The video?
Your validation.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Bailey.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. Alright, so earlier this semester I helped make a video on what makes you feel proud, and I'm really interested in that because I know some people think that pride is like not a good thing, but I think it's a really good thing. Like I think it's good to be proud of stuff that you've made, or because I don't know, I think it's a good thing. So more recently I've been researching flow. So like your optimal like creative process where it's where it's an equal amount of challenge and creativity. And I think that I really I don't think flow is one of my values that much, but I think that it's really important to me because everything I do, I kind of try to put that, I am able to get to that point no matter what it is. So what I said my values was willpower, loyalty, and the last one is probably courage. So I don't know. The most important one I think to me is willpower, just because it's like no matter what it is, you can get through it and you can do a good job or whatever it is. Also I said that for me, things that give me flow also make me proud. Though I know that's not the same for everyone. So yeah.
You've made a lot of progress, haven't you?
Thanks.
Yeah, but also, can I just say about flow, because in Western universities, the idea of flow it's only just beginning to come into the language, whereas in the Asian cultures, the ideas of flow have been very common. And I'll send Mrs. Campbell a book that I've just been sent by a Japanese-American writer that's actually talking a lot about flow, bringing in what they call the East Asian ideas, into our Western understanding. So that idea of flow is very, very important. So I hope you develop it. Thanks.
Yeah, there's a book about Buddhism that talks a lot about it. It's really interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hi.
So this semester I've sort of just been looking at more of who I am as a person and trying to figure that out. So I looked at my vulnerabilities and my values, because I never really thought about it before being in this class, just because, I don't know, I just had never really had anyone ask me about it. So I figured out that one of my vulnerabilities is telling people things about myself, and I found that what made me feel most vulnerable about it was actually the act of saying it, and not really because I'm uncomfortable with what it is. It's just the act of telling someone something. And I think it's mostly just because I don't feel comfortable around a lot of people, so this class was kind of a problem for me at the beginning of the semester. I'm a lot more comfortable with it now, so, yeah.
And that's just been shown as you've been speaking.
Yeah.
That was lovely. The confidence with which you were just speaking very, very clearly in what is in fact a large group. I mean, that is just part of this process of gaining, who am I and how do I know? So that was great.
And you were very clear, so you've come a long way, and you're probably on a path that will continue.
Thanks.
Jess, could you share a little bit about, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you, but would you share a little bit about what you learned from watching the videos? Not the content, but just the process.
Okay.
So how you were able to see things.
I found, after watching our validation videos and the videos that we made as a class, the notes from the heart videos and stuff, I found after watching them a few more times, I learned more things about myself and about other people in the class. And I don't know, it's just things that you don't notice the first time watching it. So watching the validation videos that we did in smaller groups, I looked at my body language and what I was saying, and I found that some of the things I said I didn't really agree with later on. So I guess day to day I was thinking different things, but I don't know, I found that the validation videos really helped with
like progressing your learning about yourself and about others as well. So
Great. Well, that's good to know.
That's exactly why we are so supportive of the use of video, because you can see so much that you don't know.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Emily. This semester I've been focusing a lot on vulnerabilities, and I've been studying that. And I think the main thing I've learned about them is you have to embrace your vulnerabilities to live authentically, and it's actually I've been doing lots of rights, and through that I feel like I haven't been embracing my vulnerabilities, so therefore I haven't been living authentically. So that's just something that I've learned about myself and that I think I need to work on. But yeah, that's the big thing.
Oh, it is really big, that.
Whoa, that's powerful.
Yeah. You know, I think everybody's got something to learn from that in terms of that sense of being authentic. Yeah, really good.
It's a lifetime job, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Shelby, and I don't exactly know what I want to say right now, but I guess at the beginning of this semester, when we were handed those 4 questions, I was looking at who am I, and the one question I didn't understand at the beginning was how do I know, because at first I was like, well, what do you mean, how do I know? Like, you look at me and know, I guess. But now, I'm realizing, looking back at my notes, that there actually is a lot of proof for how do you know. And another thing I learned when Zach over there and I did the Comey video was, how important your opinion is. Because, if you don't state your own opinion, then it could be something really important and it'll just never get out there. So everyone could be missing something pretty big, I guess. So, yeah.
And even more important is that if you don't articulate your opinion, some other people will speak for you, and you can't have that.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've just gone off camera, are we?
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
Just push the chair this way.
You okay? Yes, yes, that's fine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I'm Becca.
Hi, Becca.
And this semester I started doing a web of, it started with me in the middle, and I had things branching off, but then I had values and I didn't know what to put to that, and I just connected family with values, and that's just what I kept thinking of, that my family was my values, and loving my family, and just I couldn't really think of any other values other than that. And so I'm doing a photo album and finding pictures that mean something a lot to me so that I can share it with other people.
That's a visual narrative. I mean, that's exactly what we've been talking about. What photos and video.
You discovered freedom was important to you too, didn't you?
Yeah, sort of. Hi, I'm Autumn. So this semester I've done some action projects and some proprioceptive rights, and I'm still trying to make connections to them because they seem kind of random to me, what I've done. But I discovered 3 of my values are happiness, trust, and relationships. And recently I kind of had a eureka moment, I guess, about happiness, how for you to make other people happy, you have to make yourself happy first, and it's okay to be selfish and do things for you to make yourself happy, but you also need other people to make you happy too.
Yes, I mean those are some of the most important understandings that you can develop in a human life. The ones that you're worked on there. It's almost taking care of self so that you can be happy, and I think you can then express that with others and show concern for theirs. I think your learning is really profound, very profound indeed. So, many thanks.
Thank you.
Now we're off camera again.
So we've only got a couple of minutes
left. We're off camera. I can't see who's speaking.
I think it's
me.
Ah, good. Good.
Oh, just
Yeah. Good.
Hi.
So I just wanted to thank you guys very much. Our bell's going to go in about 5 minutes, but I can't believe we got around everyone who wanted to speak. So that's great. Thank you very much. Just maybe we can end on the question that Bailey posed after our last Skype call. Do you remember what that was, Bailey? Why are Jackie and Jack doing this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to just ask that question again? And
the check you sent me.
Pardon?
What's that great big check you sent me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to ask why you guys were interested. Like,
okay, can I just...
Yeah.
Okay,
interested in anything that we had learned this semester.
Yeah, if you look now on YouTube for the session today, what really attracts me into this space with you is that it's an energy which you evoke in me, because each one of you is actually talking about things that really matter, and they not only matter to you, but actually they will matter to the world as a whole. That living your values literally more fully makes the world a better place to be. And that gives me a real kick to think that I can just be part of that. If I can help in any way, then I will do. And that's what turns me on. So when you talk about the passion and the energy, you evoke that in me simply by being present with your group and listening to what it is you do. And that's what I spend a lot of my time doing. Jackie, I don't know if you want to keep responding.
Well, it's such a pleasure to hear the wonderful things you're learning and sharing. I mean, that's what makes a better world, and that's one of the things that I try to do, is anything that I can do in a small way to help others, to improve the world, to help others to express their values and live them more fully. And hopefully, if we all do a little bit, we can make a better world. And I've heard many of you talk about that there are others that need our support, and if we aren't strong and confident and capable, then we can't help others. So it's just been a lot of fun.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay, no, thank you. That's really good. And thanks to Mrs. Campbell for organising this.
Thanks, Mrs. Campbell. I love you.
Yes, bye-bye. Bye.